Well, hello again and welcome to another Hyperion Morning. How you doing out there? Happy Wednesday, everybody. We got there. It's the middle of the week. We get over the hump today. And before you know it, it's the weekend again. You got this. You got this. We got through the tough part. We got through the beginning of the week, the Monday, the Tuesday. Here we are in the middle. It's going to be great. We're going to make it through this and we're going to do it together, hopefully with some smiles and, of course, a ton of positivity, something I like to try and share every single day. And hopefully it just starts your morning with a little bit of brightness, a little bit of, pep in your step, whatever I can do to try and make it through, because we're all going through this together and we'll get through everything we go through on a daily basis together. So what are we talking about on this day? It is March 5th, 2025. Well, first of all, good morning, Marianne. So glad that you came along for the journey this morning. Hope you're doing well out there. Yeah, it is March 5th, 2025. And that also happens to be Ash Wednesday. So very happy Ash Wednesday for anybody who happens to celebrate Ash Wednesday. I do not. I'll admit it, but I'm really happy for anybody who does. And I know Ash Wednesday means Lent, which can be a little tough for some people, because that means for Lent, if you celebrate Lent, you need to give up something for about the next month until Easter. You need to give something up. So it cannot be easy, but hopefully you can make it through it. I'll be here. We'll be here to kind of help make you get through it. Like I said, I don't really celebrate Ash Wednesday. I don't really celebrate Lent, but I guess if there's one thing I will be giving up for Lent, it's the fact that I'm going to give up that I have not been to a Disney park in a few months, which is weird, which I know for many people is like, well, I haven't been to a Disney park in a year, 2 years, whatever. But being here in Florida and actually having been to Disney is a few times in the last few months, it's weird that I have not been, and I was thinking about this morning, I have not been to a Disney park since the middle of December. Yeah, we've been out to Walt Disney World for a couple other things, but between the illness and some other things we have had going on, I have not been to a Disney park in a while. That's something we're actually going to rectify this weekend. Speaking of Disney parks and this weekend, or actually today, well, today happens to be the first day of the Epcot International Flower and Garden Festival. So, Marianne, it's really weird when we have a break too. I know, isn't it? It's really strange. Like I said, it's especially strange when you go to Disney, but you don't visit the Disney park for months. Like I've been to Walt Disney World since the last time we visited a park. I want to say it's 4 or 5 times, but we just, for whatever reason, things have been going on. We've been exploring resorts. We've had other things happening. We just have not made, and the illness, of course, we just have not made it out, or I have not made it out. Michelle's actually made it out to some parks recently. I have not made it out for a while. But again, rectifying that this weekend. Today starts the Epcot International Flower and Garden Festival. Hopefully you're getting out there in the next few days, few weeks, whatever it might be, to explore, because all the wonderful topiaries, of course, the great food, drink, everything that's going on, garden rocks, all sorts of great stuff. Yeah, did you see Disney Parks release this? I think it was the day before yesterday, where we got a look at the first look at the Moana topiaries that are going up in the front, and they look brilliant. Some of the best topiaries I've ever seen, including they have some interesting light up ability within them. Like Moana's oar lights up. I think it looks like Maui's fish hook lights up. Looks really, really fascinating. Can't wait to see them this weekend. Our plan, actually, almost for certain, unless something goes sideways, knock on wood, our plan is we will be out at Epcot this Sunday, because we have a dining package to go to Garden Rocks, or as I'm going to call it for this Sunday, Garden Soft Rocks, because we're actually going to see Air Supply. Yeah, Air Supply of all bands. It's so funny. My musical stylings are all over the map. I love some rock and stuff, some hard rock, but man, Air Supply comes on the radio, I'm probably turning it up and singing out loud. I am that kind of person that I like all sorts of different things. So I'm excited to see Air Supply this weekend, but we're also heading out Saturday to go do some things at Disney Springs. So we'll be telling you all about it. Definitely going up forward in the future. Not for this week's episode, but the next episode, we'll tell you about all those experiences. So you'll want to check that out. So yeah, very excited to get back out to Disney parks here very, very soon, or a Disney park, at least one, very, very soon. What else are we talking about on this day? Well, today happens to be, it's a national holiday for something every single day. Today happens to be National Cheese Doodle Day, or as you probably know it better by the brand name Cheetos. Yes, it is National Cheese Doodle Day. This is something that is close, near and dear to our son Scott's heart. He loves Cheetos. He loves cheese doodles. Man, he is all about it. He will have those on the regular. It's one of his funny things. Like, he has a tradition every night. His dessert is almost always a glass of chocolate milk. This is going to be a strange combination for most, but it's perfect for him. A glass of chocolate milk and either Cheetos, cheese doodles, or what he calls red chips, which are Doritos. One or the other, just depends what strikes him most. But that is like his favorite snack, his favorite dessert after dinner. It's those things. Like I said, seems like an odd combination, works for him. For us, Michelle and myself, we love Cheetos or cheese doodles ourselves. We'll eat them from time to time. And little secret for those of you, it pairs excellently with a glass of red wine. Yeah, I know, seems odd. You have a really nice glass of red wine and some cheese doodles or some Cheetos, but it pairs really, really well. You might want to try it for yourself. You'll be surprised how good it is. So funny. Anyway, happy National Cheese Doodle or Cheeto Day today. It's another holiday for something I think we can all relate to. Like, I'd be surprised if you can't relate to this. Today happens to be National Potty Dance Day. Who hasn't done a potty dance in their lives? Who hasn't done it multiple times? I do it regularly when I'm doing this show in the morning, because I usually get up and I'm a hydrator. I usually get up in the morning, have at least 2 to 3 glasses of water and maybe a cup and a half of coffee in the morning. So by the time I'm doing this show, I'm probably doing the potty dance before we get out of here because yes, that happens. Yeah, but it's something we can all relate to. I found it so funny when I saw that. I'm like, National Potty Dance Day. That is something we've all done and can all relate to so often. It's so funny. Anyway, I just found that I like to share things that I think are interesting and hilarious, and I hope you enjoyed. Got a little smile, got a little laugh out of that today. Hey, there's a couple things going on in this day in Disney history that are kind of interesting. We'll start with today is I believe it's the 42nd birthday of the original Journey into Imagination, of course, with Figment. Yeah, it debuted on this day in 1983, opened up for the first time in 1983. I know some of us wish it would go back to something similar to the original version of this, but you can still visit the Journey into Imagination in a different form now out at Epcot. Not one of our favorite attractions, but we love Figment to death. And yeah, today, on this day, 1983, it opened for the very first time. Also on this day, just a few years ago, a Disney movie was released that I feel is an underrated but wonderful film. Raya and the Last Dragon was released in theaters on a limited run, but mostly was also released on Disney Plus at the very same time. We really love this film. I think it's a great film with an excellent, excellent message, and it's underrated. I think it was pretty well received when it first came out, and then it's kind of seemed to have gone by the wayside a little bit over the last couple of years. Go back, check it out again. It's brilliant. The worlds within it are fascinating. I think and again, the message within it is very, very good, very, very strong, and something that's important, especially to this day. So yeah, go check it out today on its birthday, especially. Go celebrate it. Speaking of birthdays, hey, if it is your birthday, happy birthday to you. It is again March 5th, 2025. Here are some of the interesting people that you celebrate your birthday with. How about Dean Stockwell? Do you know Dean Stockwell? Great, great actor. He was a Golden Globe and an Academy Award nominee, didn't win, but he was also a stage actor. But you may know him best, or at least I know him best. Michelle and I know him best for one of our favorite shows of all time, Quantum Leap, the original Quantum Leap back in the late 80s, early 90s. He played Al in that. Anyways, he would have been 89 today, born on this day in 1936, but we lost him in 2021. Hey, Chris Mazza, good to have you along. Yes, I agree with you. Talking about Raya. Great performances from the voice cast for sure, and a totally underrated film. Completely agree. Thanks for coming on, Chris. Appreciate it. By the way, Chris had a really, really good, really, really long episode. Just came out a couple days ago, recapping his visit to Walt Disney World. Go check it out. Maz's Musings podcast. Really, really good show, including a cute little beginning portion with his daughter. That is adorable. It's adorable, recapping her portion of the visit. And then she goes to bed, and Chris and his wife kind of recap the rest of the trip. Really, really great. Really, really great. You're welcome, Chris. Really, really great. Check that out, that episode. Really, really fun. And all interesting recap of a Walt Disney World trip. Anyway, back to the birthdays here. How about great magician and comedian Penn Jillette? He turned 70 today, born on this day in 1955. Of course, know him usually teamed up with his friend or with his partner Teller. Penn is the vocal version of the two, but they are so funny and great magicians. And now they have a show where they basically challenge other magicians to try and fool them, because they pretty much feel like they know every trick in the book. So when they do an interesting thing where they try and find magicians that can pull off a trick that they don't figure out how they do it. It's pretty interesting. I've watched it a few times. Not going to say it's one of our favorite shows, but we've watched it a few times and it is pretty fun. Anyway, a great magician, great comedian, and happy birthday to him. Great actress who actually is no longer working in the business. She's retired, but she was great while she was out there performing. Still great, but while she was performing, she was a great actress. Eva Mendes turns 51 today, born on this day in 1974. Her big break, or her big role, came in Training Day, the Academy Award winning film. But she's also been in Fast and Furious. She was in Hitch. She was in many other things. Now she's retired and not doing anything, at least at this point in her life. Maybe more in the future. We'll see. But at this point, she's decided to take a step away, and credit to her for doing that. Anyway, happy birthday to her. And you know him probably well as E. He put the E in Entourage. Herrick. Kevin Connolly. He also turns 51 today, born on this day in 1974. Of course, best known for Entourage, but he's done several movies as well. Again, happy birthday to all of them. And if it's your birthday, a very happy birthday to you as well. All right, gonna start wrapping things up, everybody. We're getting over the hump. You got this. We're almost through the week. It'll be Friday before you know it, and on to the weekend. Everybody, have a fantastic day. Always, like I like to share every single day on this hump day, please remember to keep on sharing that kindness. Keep on sharing those smiles. And of course, keep on sharing that positivity. I'll be back tomorrow morning, 6:30 a.m. to do all those things with you once again. Until that time, everybody, please have a magical day. See you tomorrow.